So tell me about this electrical panel you put in right here.
So this this is part of the upgrade. She had a 4-stack, right?
Yeah.
That's typical for older style property in DC. Now the code requires that you have a house panel that with the common area and stuff like the lights out front, the hallway, and the rear. It's controlled by its own, so the customers aren't billed for that.
Okay.
You know, and we put this in. This thing weigh almost 200 pounds. So we had this is part. You know, we upgraded this. We increased the power, so we had to increase the equipment.
Okay.
Just like the panels inside.
Yeah.
We had to upgrade the equipment so that so they can sustain the added power that's coming in here.
Okay.
You know, we just brought everything up to code. Got the 150 amp breakers here, and actually, out a little bit. I'm debating on opening this thing up, man, and tying in this power because we don't have electricity right now. Because
Okay.
they give it the temporary until Pepco, because Pepco has to come back and upgrade the wire from here to the transformer.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You might want to hang around and catch people.
No, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here, especially because you said 30 days. I would love to see this transition really play out.
Okay.
That's exciting to see, man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're gonna be here for a year, you know. And it's like, what? 30 days? That's amazing, man. So, how long did you have to go to school to learn this? Like, or to make you do something like this in 30 days? I know people that can't do this that fast. So how much experience is needed for that?
You know, a lot of it, the trades.
Yeah.
It's a combination, right?
Okay.
So it's on-the-job training, coupled with in-school education. So,
Yeah.
You know, the electrical experience required 4 years of school, 5 years.
Okay.
And 8 years of field experience. Become a master electrician.
Okay.
But, you know, throughout the course of your career, because you're earning money while you're doing it, you know.
Yeah.
You learn the techniques, and it's not really a hard science where, you know, you learn it, that's the information, and that's what you're rocking with for that point on, because the industry, the science, the technology always evolves.
Yeah.
The code always changes. So you got to be in the field and kind of just like soak it up. I would encourage anybody, man, with that's self-prepared to get into this industry, because this is where the self-made man can really thrive.
Okay.
Because if you hands on and you learn, you know, fast from experience, that's the best teachers. You know, the technical training, man, just polishes you up, man, and it teaches you scientifically what's appropriate versus inappropriate in terms of load bearing systems.
Okay.
You know, power demand factors and stuff like that. You know, you got to know that, because those are the things that affect people's lives. But you know, the structural understanding of it, the mechanical understanding of it, and a lot of that is in the field. So,
gotcha.
To answer your question in short, I just went around the world to get right back here. I've been going to school all my life.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, with you being a master electrician, have you thought about, or do you have like an apprentice program where you train up and coming electricians?
Yeah. So I personally train my guys. They have apprenticeship licenses, and I teach them.
You said for what license? Say that again.
They have apprenticeship license.
Apprenticeship license. Okay. Okay.
I am associated with a school, the DMVCA.
Okay.
Well, I'm a member of the trade organization.
Okay.
And they also own an academy.
Yes, sir.
Which is for electrical apprenticeship. And,
okay.
I send my guys there.
Okay.
You know, for the educational portion. Actually, and hopefully, man, I can get you over to talk to some of them guys, man, to get a little insight.
Yeah.
You're interested in the industry.
Yeah.
And we streamline you, man, and line you right on up.
Now, when you guys are hiring, do you look for experience, or are you looking for a fresh mind, like a sponge type person who you can train up?
Sometimes both. Sometimes both of
Okay.
those individuals are the perfect fit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need as many experienced guys on your team as you do fresh minds.
Okay.
Simply
So
because-
explain that. Yeah.
Yeah, simply because the way that the industry is designed, and so right now the trades are struggling, especially the electrical industry. The electrical industry is booming, and guys of this generation don't desire, they don't even consider being electricians. They don't understand the significance of it. There's so much other stuff out here to do. You know, there's so much other industries that young people got access to.
Yeah.
But you know, the articles, the electrical contractor is going to be the next. You know, that industry.
High demand.
Yeah, they're going into the Fortune 500 because we have so much. We have the solar, the whole infrastructure across the United States is being upgraded because we running off a 100-year-old system.
Okay.
Everything is going electric. You know.
So you saying with things going digital, there's a huge need for electricians.
High demand.
Okay.
Man, extremely high.
Okay.
So to have your skilled guys, you need the skilled guy. One skilled guy should be able to manage 3 unskilled.
Okay.
You know, so and you know we educate these guys, and it's just like every other industry.
Yeah.
When you bring fresh minds on, man, you get to instill in them your process, your culture, you know, how you do things, you know, your level of expertise, your excellence. Because by all means, make no mistake about it, right? The one thing that is definitely imperative to this process in our business is excellence. You know, I think that's a shortcoming in, you know, amongst.
Put this in the car for me.
Just
You know what I'm
saying
saying?
what it is.
You know, we the bad rap, man, because we don't always show up and show out. Right?
Yeah.
So I know, man, if we bring it to the table, man, was really, you know, experience, man, then that's gonna set us apart. And you know, I'm not a vain guy, but I take pride in my reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I walk away from a situation, man, I want, you know what I'm saying, my name to taste good in them people's mouth, man. I don't, you know, I can't afford to, you know, trying to progress, man, and people talking bad about our work. So,
Yeah.
you know, you get those fresh guys, man, and you show them, man, that look, this is the quality, this is the caliber that you need, and then you make those guys valuable, man.
Okay.
And they become valuable to themselves because then they take those principles with them. If they decide to go on and go off, so it's not. It becomes like a community service, man. All at the same time, man. You educating them. You really teach them to be independent. Because once you got a trade, man, you always gonna have money in your hand. Because you got a specialized knowledge. You know, and I tell my guys all the time. I said, man, if you take anything away from me, you know, and you want to go off, man, learn everything you can so that you could be a better man than you were before you got here. Don't just come here, man, for the money, man, and get this check, man, because it's gonna be a lot that you're gonna be able to absorb.
Yeah.
You know,
So with that in mind, if
What my man's saying is, my name is my name. My face got to mean something.
Yeah.
Do good business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to walk around and hold your head high, man. Walk with your kids and people don't talk crazy about you because we do good work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was about to ask, you know, with your reputation on the line and just being as though you require such great excellence, what is the one or a few things that when you're done with this project, the client will have known you were here? Like,
I mean, thus far, right?
Yeah.
We've had several conversations. She's already made, you know, referrals and recommendations. Just the level of attentiveness to her needs.
Okay.
In terms, and it's because it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
So, you know, customers they take their projects personal.
Yeah.
This is her, you know, her reputation. She feel like her reputation is at stake as well, right? So to take that into consideration, because a lot of times, man, it's frustrating working with people who don't understand the process because they want things that sometimes may be unrealistic, you know, or just outside of the scope of efficiency. So, you know, we've you know, and by being me and Greg, you know what I'm saying, he's very diplomatic, we have been able to manage the relationship in a way, because every time a contractor engages with, every time I get a new potential client, you know, we talk to them. I've been burned by a contractor.
Yeah, they all got this horror story.
It's always a horror story, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's because, you know, the contractors a lot of times don't take time to educate the customer appropriately, so that they understand what to expect. And then you gotta listen to what the customer wants. And it's just like being a doctor. You come in and say my elbow hurt, man. You know, you be like, man, my meniscus. You know what I'm saying? And you know, okay, that's your elbow. You think that's your meniscus, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. But we gonna treat you and you know, look into where you're saying the pain is coming from.
Yeah.
And so that's important. So we've taken great care, man, and we've managed this because they all have unrealistic expectations, and we've actually exceeded them.
Yeah.
You know, we've met you know, all of the challenges and the demands, and she's very pleased with that because she's never experienced that with her. This is not her first project.
Okay.
And it's funny because here recently, every new client, they're always like, really?
Yeah.
And I think it's just because this industry, you know, it's not, you know, not everybody can do it. You know, it's full of specialized knowledge.
Yeah.
So, you know, guys get kind of confident. They get laid back and they handle people because, you know, they know that who else you gonna go see? I know what my competition gonna tell you. I know what they're gonna do to you.
Yeah.
This is the standard, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're living above the standard because
we
come from a different place. You know, like I said, we still entrepreneurs. We've done other things. So we understand, man, that service is everything. So I think that's one of the things, and not to mention, man, the details.
Yeah.
The attention to details, the nuances. You'll see. You
Yeah.
start seeing some of this work, man, the little subtleties.
Yeah.
And managing budget versus quality. So you know what I'm saying? We
All right. So in closing, tell us how to find you or how to book your service.
You can find us at AAA Restoration.
Okay.
.com.
Yes, sir.
And so we it's really funny, man. We ain't got enough footage. And as you can see, man, I came in, my head was down.
We ain't done. Like
you done grabbed me,
this is an ongoing process. We here now.
Yeah, so it's a lot because we had different divisions now.
Yeah.
So and you know, we coming at you on a professional level.
Yeah.
So you know, we got all our certifications, things like that. So we do a lot. So AAA Restorations is actually really the bigger company. Electrical, you know, is supplemental. It's a single trade. It's an isolated trade. We do electrical work, and but you can access all of our services. The AAA Restoration was founded on the principles of water restoration.
Okay.
Water, fire, and mold.
Okay.
So we do those things, but in doing those things, the other skill sets and other trades are encompassed. So I'm here doing a renovation. You know, if you ever have a flood, call us. You know, we know how to deal with your insurance company, man, to get you the service that you need and deserve. And then if you just have isolated electrical need, you know, ACApower.com.
Okay.
ACApower.com.
ACApower.com. Is there a phone number if somebody don't like the computer? Can they reach you at a certain phone number?
202-505-5342.
All right.
Daycare for a while. So I don't know what his zone is.
We're gonna walk you on with that because you gotta deal with the zone,
all
you
that.
want to change it.
I know you after showing me what you showed me, I'm like, I knew you was you pretended that you came off like
I spoke at my daughter's school.
I knew you was smart.
Like a couple days ago, and I'm telling the kids, like I seen like a few kids, like they fly, and they playing and they doing the most.
Joking and
yeah, I'm like
it's a game.
Yeah, like bro, the life ain't a game, bro. Like we doing this because we got sense. We can't keep acting like we're
The new
stupid.
dude is coming home. If you don't take an electric class, don't even talk to me. Don't say nothing to me because you out here in the way. You got to get your electrical class, some HVAC, or something.
Or just a bus.
or you
It's
ain't
books.
right, or you ain't gonna
Get your ass
survive.
to reading. Right, you ain't gonna survive.
Drug game is dead. Too many cameras, too many human cameras. You know, and it's just getting ridiculous, man. We are a smart race of people. It was funny, man. My people had that top building right there. That thing was nice. I think it was a store at one time. And they turned it to a party. So the market is hot, man. I appreciate you even coming, you accepting my invitation. Appreciate you. And I gotta get you back hey man, you one time. You know the pasta and salad and roof Chris and all that. You know, you tripping. Look at this guy, right? But seriously though, man, I would like to learn more what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Intrigued.
I'm gonna give you a call. Actually, we can learn something this weekend.
Yeah.
You said over 60 Chesapeake.
60 Chesapeake.
She's about, you said 8 units, 10 units?
I want to see 2 buildings, 8.
You want to change this office space?
This office space, keep it all the way with it.
So let's look at it
Yeah.
and then figure out the highest and best.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
what I be doing.
I don't like
I walk
to say
joints
exactly
and
what I want to do. You might got an
That's
idea. You might got an idea. We put our head together because I want to know space for church. I want to need a little room here and whatever. You know, I want to make it.
But you want to get it to you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
No question.
And they, the people who thought they was the tenants, went in and called it and thought they was the tenants. They gutted it out and destroyed it. So we basically working with like a shell.
But
But
and
it's
all
cool.
the trash is gone though. I was about to say because
Yeah,
it took all it out, so that's one less bill you gotta pay for.
That's half the battle.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy because I was telling my lady, my team, my A1 team, and I was telling her how impressed I was with how they were. Y'all could have went in there and put some wood around some radiators and called it a day. So I said, man, I seen how y'all do. I said, man, you know what? Just make it, dealing with a cat man, you A1. She said, man, Eric ain't cool to come over there and look at our property. Ain't even hit me that was lining up like that. So, Ed, I would like you to be your friend. Yeah. I like how y'all bounce off each other. Y'all pop. Yeah. So, anytime, I'm retired now, set it up to where, you know, basically I just delegate. You know, but I gotta do this.
especially we gotta find out first to do that. Right, man. One thing I was do is delegate the hell out some work.
Well, right.
Hey man,
Yes.
I need that done. I need you over there.
They didn't love me for it because it would make them feel so good. But now I delegate and it's been working because like I said, my mom, poor thing, got the dementia and all beat up. You know what I'm saying? We trying to work my job and get calls, you know, when the pandemic hit. I just shut down and just focused on her health. And in the process, I acquired the daycare center and all the property. I'm managing all the property, the daycare, but I can't do it physically myself.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a team. So
I actually got a prior turnkey solution to that. You know what I'm saying? Because we got guys. This is about everything that you on demand guy. Maybe you got issues. Told about something going on. Had somebody see over your Johnny on the spot.
we had a flood yesterday.
Yeah.
And guess what they were? Please tell your tenants. Whites is not flushable.
Hey, you want me to go get my thing in the car? I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, I did that. I'm gonna show you.
Whites are not, let me say this on the camera. Whites, they say it on the pack, it's misleading. This is the second pump thing I had to repair because of whites. They saying that they flushable. Now I understand we had an issue at the daycare because the kids need the white. But you still have to dispose of them properly. Whites, man, are break a situation down. Now, they're not biodegradable like they say they is. They're well and good.
I just printed it up for my tenants. It's going on everybody door. I keep having to pay for a plumber. You go through that whole process. Nah, bro. My wife
Ain't that crazy how we just talked about that?
trying to tell you.
Ray sitting there and she can use the format for our building,
Yeah,
man.
and just print all them up and
Come
just
on, listen.
piece of tape and put on everybody's
If
door. Then
I
you gotta have a
catch
conversation.
you is immediate expulsion because it's costing me an arm and a leg. That man pulled out a clump of whistle, ain't no telling what I had to pay that joker. He went about 60, 80 feet down into the situation, and that's how far it gets called there. You mind if I
Nah, man.
put my finger
Teamwork
over
makes the
there?
dream work.
I asked you if you did it.
Mm.
Because you're going to tell me no. It's like a kid. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? It costs money, and I ain't had nothing to do with that. Say less. If I have to send a plumber out here, all y'all ass is paying for it.
Right.
Like,
Because
what we talking about?
y'all's a group.
Yeah,
It's a group.
ain't nobody
Somebody
own
did it.
Somebody did it.
Right.
So everybody paying for it.
And that make it sense. And then they'll be more mindful because they don't want that.
I keep paying for it.
Right.
Nobody.
And it was wiped the last time.
Every time it's white.
You follow all your properties in DC?
The commercial properties, yes. The homes had 3 houses in Fort Wash out here. Two in Fort Wash and one over there behind coming off Rivertown.
Okay. No, so yeah, so definitely with all your DC properties, all your regular sales stuff.
I know you, man. That's in your head. Laws.
Yeah, but
I mean, when I called you, I called you and you gave me like a week and then you called me back. So I feel like I did the initial step to reach out. I don't want you to get lost again. You know what I'm saying? You know?
I got you, man.
How your son doing?
Good.
Is he straight? You giving him straight now. Got him on the straight now.
Yeah, he working with his got a thing on the other side of town. Man,
Cutting something up.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely it's a good thing. Like I said, I didn't call and I don't want to pop no bottle. I don't want to take no hold. But I would, yeah. But I do want to make something make sense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I was going to drive the vet over here, but I ain't wanting to, you know.
So, you know what? Don't ever do your life, period.
No.
About strangers, your homeboys, not. I'm telling you because I used to do that. And
Right.
somebody told me that.
Yeah.
Me and him went to a conference in New York, real estate joint.
Yeah, I ain't gonna let
What's
it
that?
dim my light. I gotta have my light on.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I gotta have my light on.
That's
But
a
it's
fact.
funny, I shine in this.
But I said, you know what? I don't want to be pretentious. I don't want to whatever. That white vet pull up my man's pocket. Oh man, I'm gonna get on. So I said, man, if I pull up on this, he might not get me everything. But no, it's encouraging because a brother gotta have a torch. You know what I'm saying? And when I was when I came home, I said, man, I want to build me an El Camino. And I was like, man, why I'm gonna do that? I don't know nothing about cars, you know. But
Buy a new joint.
man, no, I just got one that was in enough shape to make it work. And took it to the next level. Probably,
You got on the phone?
yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna get to it in a minute. Probably, I like to say, probably the hottest one out because of the aesthetics. You know, people like how I put it together. So, and it was funny. I had it yesterday. I had it out, and I just love just a breeze to drive. It's fun. You know, you get a lot of love with it, and you know, lately it's prom season, so we've been doing ride outs and stuff like that.
Matter of fact, 2 hours I got ride my son out.
You gotta take him in a minute or two.
Oh, yeah, that's today. Graduation tomorrow.
Yeah, graduation Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, I ain't wanna pull up in the white vet. He would have said, oh boy, I'm gonna get him now. But that's just the term I'm trying to find the El Camino. And it's funny, you know, like I said, they require a little bit of money, but once you get them running and tight, it's like, man, Slim. Most people don't even know what the hell they offer, which is cool.
El Camino is the little, with the pickup.
Yeah, a little pickup in the back. But here you go right here.
I did old schools for like 1 year. And I do white cars too. All my cars be
I'm
white.
white. I'm sticking with that white thing for a minute.
Oh yeah,
I'm sticking.
that's beautiful.
I'm sticking with the white thing for a minute, and it's funny. They can be dirty as hell.
All right, y'all. I'm Dre with ACA Power Mechanical and AAA Restoration. I just want to leave y'all with this jewel. How you do anything is how you do everything. Never forget that.